own way of actually kicking off our program for Spill the Tea, which is getting Brian on board, of course, to share more about Spill the Tea and why we felt the need to have Spill the Tea in place, but most importantly, why we felt the need to have this collaboration and what the platform means to you and I. All right, so let's bring Brian on board. Hey Brian, how you doing?
Hi everyone, morning. Yes, I'm doing very well, thank you. It's a nice, beautiful day. Happy to be here. Happy to be back as well. Spill the Tea has been quiet for a while, but it's good to be back and kick off season. Is it season 3 now?
It is season 3, guys.
Season 3. We've gone through a lot of episodes, but just a recap. Spill the Tea was an initiative that we came up with in partnership a couple of years back, where we found out that we wanted to share amazing Papua New Guinean stories, amazing people doing great things in the communities, in their own spaces, and giving them a platform to share their stories firsthand for us to hear about it. Also to inspire anyone out there that is trying to do the same or going through challenges or struggles, that you can do it as well. There's amazing people out there, and we can find all the positivity that we can to help motivate us and get us to do something great as well. But that was the platform of Spill the Tea, and we're happy to be back for season 3 and have amazing Papua New Guineans share their stories with each and every one of us as well.
Yeah, we definitely checked off a lot of boxes for season 1 and season 2.
15-20 episodes each.
15-20 episodes each, and Brian and I are really excited to actually bring to you season 3 episode 1, and I might have slipped her name already out onto the airwaves. But Brian, tell me, before we get Carole on board, tell me what about her that really got you to think, hey Mo, we could actually, we could provide a really great platform for Carole, and this could be a great individual that we can share not only his story but the work that she's doing as well. So tell me what stood out to you.
Thank you. So with Carole, I've noticed her work for a while. We've also been very fortunate to cross paths a few times, but I've seen a lot of the work that she's doing, and recently she also went through a competition that she's going to share a bit more about, and she came up with a product because she saw a problem and she created a solution to it. And this is something very new and something that I believe is very important and also can help so many other people out there. And that is the reason why I wanted Carole to come and share her story, because she's inspired me, and I know she can inspire a lot of other people out there. And the more people that know about this, the more inspiration we can get out there, and know that we can actually create a change if we actually know what's going on in our country. There's too much negativity. We want to focus on the positivity, focus on people that are actually making a change and actually doing things in despite of the hardships that we face as well. So she inspired me, and I hope she can inspire each and every one of you today. Not hope, I know she will inspire you today.
Definitely. And you know what? We're going to bring her on board the show this morning.
No pressure,
Carole. But ladies and gentlemen, good morning, Carole. Thank you so much for being here. But before we do go on and talk talk more and more about the work that you do, maybe we can just get to know you a little bit more. You can tell Brian and myself and our listeners and our viewers a little bit more about yourself.
Thank you, Mo, and thank you, Brian, and hi everyone. I'm Carole. I'm from Manus, and I have 3 children. They're not with me at the moment, so but my daughter runs a cafe in Kokopo, Pretty Girl Kitchen. She's 23 years old. Charlene is in. Last time I was in the studio was with Charlene. She's a violinist, or PNG violinist, so she's away in Canada for studies. And then I have my son Bowie. So I'm an ICT person background, but I've worked a long time in the community development space or not-for-profit space, and so that's become my passion. Worked for a long time with the Adventist Mission, Seventh-day Adventist Church, and then moved back to Port Moresby because my daughter was traveling, and then ended up going through a health issue that took a year off from work, going through that, and so this year is like starting again and continuing life, I guess, after that. Yes.
Wow, what can you not do? A mother of 3, everybody. That is the biggest title that I love to actually, pull from everything else that you do. You've gone through so much, yet you continue to carry on and push through. And I'm just here, sitting here, hearing you say word for word, my daughter does this. Pretty Girl Kitchen, right? I follow her on TikTok. I love the dishes. But just coming back to who you are, I guess, having your children live out their goals and their dreams really speaks a lot about who you are as an individual. And before we dive into, all of what drives you and what inspired you, maybe you can tell us a little bit more about what it is that you have in front of us, and why did you feel the need to, come out here and share that with not just us, but everyone that you feel that could be impacted by this business that you're trying to kick off. Yeah.
So Brian, we've known each other, but through the Lily Magazine competition. So last year, 2023, that's where the health issue came in. I actually had 2 health issues. So June 23, I had come into the hospital, was admitted for like 2 weeks or something, due to stomach issue. And during that time, I was just waiting in the hospital for blood transfusion, because they couldn't do anything until I had the blood transfusion. But while there were so many people in need at the hospital. So I wasn't sick. I was sick, but I was waiting for the blood, so I was able to walk around. So you could just see the need, everyone. And then at the same time, because we had to put the call out for the blood transfusion, that's when everyone knew I was in hospital. And so people came with food and all sorts of stuff. So I was able to share that with those in the ward and around me. During that time, I met some of our church friends, family, who were telling me about this lady, a doctor online, Barbara O'Neill. So I started watching her, and then there were some remedies and natural remedies that I could. So I started doing that, taking that for myself, and I got better, and I went back. And then 2 months later, I felt a lump on the side of my chest. And then I was in there at the time and wanted to get that checked, but then I wasn't too familiar with the Engao hospital services, because I'm already a POMGEN person. And then I was already moving back to POM, so I delayed that. And it was through Lava Girl had a breast cancer event at APEC, and during that time they were talking about services at POMGEN, and they spoke about getting checked up on a Friday. So I went that same weekend, that same week after, and went through the whole process of getting checked. And it wasn't a straightforward check. It took from getting the first check to getting diagnosed, and then to going through the treatment and all of that. That took like the whole year. But getting diagnosed took about 2 months. So
wow,
it was positive. It turned out that it was breast cancer, and so I had to get that treated, and it was early stage. And so that's the main thing, getting treated early stage. So during that time, I decided I'll just be at the POMGEN and go through. There's so many checks, everything done. During that process, because I was already friends with breast cancer sisters, I reached out to them, told them, and so through their journey, they were giving me advice. So I had one of the sisters that she was undergoing chemo treatment at PIH, Pacific International. So she said, come and see me, go through chemo and see what it's like. So I went to see, and then I said, oh, I want to see your surgery, because that's the thing that I couldn't go through, losing a breast.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, I'll show you. So she showed me, and she's like, you know what, it's like you're losing a child or losing someone close to you. So you go through that emotions of like having your house cry and over your body part.
Yeah.
She's like, but go and do it because, you know, for your children. So that was something that like I found that was really supporting, was having someone that had gone through that journey. And then we had another sister based in Kimbe. She's probably been the longest survivor. So we had this ongoing conversations with them. So it was that getting that support and then finally saying, okay, I'll do this. So I went through the mastectomy. Not only that, because they don't tell you that you'll be doing this and that. They'll just tell you that you go for operation. But connecting with the sisters, the one at PIH was like, you know what? You're going to have your ovaries removed as well. Because they'll tell you that there's some hormones that contribute to cancer, and so you have to get that removed. I'm like, okay.
You're not prepared for that.
Yeah, you have to mentally then just process all of that.
So she was telling me, just think of it, no more periods. I'm like, okay. And you've already had your 3 kids. So one of the things I'll ask is, how old are you? And if you have any children. That usually is the deciding factor, whether you will lose a breast or they'll try to do something to help you keep your feminine parts so that you could enjoy. So I've spoken to some of the other ladies. Like there was a young girl there. She was about 25. She had a lump. But because of her age, they tried to get her to go overseas for, you know, special ways of how to. Otherwise, the only 2 options here is you have to go through the mastectomy and chemo. So through the mastectomy journey, so this breast is gone. But how I had the surgery done, it affects this arm. So I have restricted movement because how they sewed it up again. And then the other thing was being in the hospital and trying to move around, and then you had the bandage, but then you also have the other breast to take care of. And that's why I came up with the mastectomy bra design thing, because I found that you know, we're in the hospital ward, there's everyone there, but you also need your privacy, but at the same time you want to feel comfortable. And so that's where this product came up. And then it was through Lily Magazine. I saw the ad and I'm like, oh, maybe I just try and submit it because it's something unique. Because I went online to find something. Because for me, trying to wear a bra, the other cup was, you know, affecting where the scar was. And I wanted it clear. I'm wearing a bra now, but at the time when the scar was still fresh, new. So then I was looking online for like a one-sided, and there is, but then it wasn't one that like I felt that it was the right one. You need to be sure that it would be of comfort to you, especially after you know, something drastic like that. It alters everything about you. So then coming up with the design, and then I was reading about the Lily magazine, and then I decided to submit it. Also as a way that, like, if this does go out, it'll be good awareness for as part of breast cancer awareness too. So I guess it's reached that stage.
Firstly, I just wanted to say, you know, it's truly a privilege to have you here, because having cancer isn't something that should be taken lightly. Secondly, I'm in awe of the strength that you have to think of others even in that stage, because now that you've gone through that battle, it is a battle, because you've taken an year off of your life to really, really nurse that part of you that you've always had, you know, not just the physical aspect of you, but, you know, something that really makes us be who we are as women, right? You know, and that's what I just wanted to say, because I know a lot of people are going through their own battles. They're going through that phase where they're trying to think about, oh, you know, what can I do after something as drastic as going through a life-threatening, you know, medical concern like cancer, I say medical concern because I don't want to give it a term that would make you feel anyway uncomfortable or any of that way. But when you had submitted that, your the mastectomy bra, what was the response like? And was it something that you just sort of went, oh, I knew you were going to, respond to my product in that manner? But I mean, how did you feel about the response that you got?
So I had to discuss it with Sista Luv.
Yes, that's what we're talking about, Sista Luv.
Sista Luv was actually, the name itself came up like 2013 when I was back in Kokopo discussing with some of my childhood friends. We wanted something that would be able to help young girls in East New Britain. So we came up with the name Sista Luv. Got it registered to go through the IPA process, but then stopped, and then nothing. And then it was when I was I had the operation last year, March, and I was on my hospital bed and talking with the sisters and we were sharing about being in the hospital and then I thought of Sista Luv, and I'm like, guys, so I went through and then I checked the emails and I found that I had already registered the email address and the name. So I'm like, guys, I think this is it, this is what we're going to do. So I was talking to them, and then I started coming up with this thing, and then I asked them, I said, this is comp. I'm just going to submit it, because not only that, this is one product. I also had the heart pillow. It was more like, for me, because when I sleep at night, I put a pillow under my arm, because when it hurts. So I saw, I think it was New Zealand Cancer Foundation, they had actually did pillows, heart pillows. I'm like, hey, so I tried to do that, and then the heart, actually, I don't have it now, but it's like, it fits.
Yeah, perfectly under your arm. Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, so submitted that, and then I saw the soap, this coconut soap. So one of my friends, he was posting on Facebook, but he did just normal square soap, or was it circle? And I'm like, hey, can you do a pink heart-shaped one? And so he did. So this is what he came up with. So I submitted all of that, but the main one was that. And the instructions was you had to take a photo of the product and send. And I'm like, guys, that means that I have to actually wear it. That means everyone's gonna be like gonna see me with the scar. And so Betha is the she's based in West New Britain. She's like, Carole, just remember that it's not just for us, but it's for all the others that will go through that, those that have gone, like it's a bigger cause. So just focus on things that it's not just for you, but for, I'm like, okay. So I told my mom, can you take my photo?
We love you, Mom.
Well, she actually like gave me idea on how to, because she sews, I don't. So so we submitted, and I'm like, okay, this is either gonna go like, I know they're gonna be, the
the criteria, the requirements.
No, I was thinking like, I didn't want it to be like a sympathy, but I submitted because it's something that I know that was unique. It's never been done, and if it does get the support, and whoever needs it would probably, because in the hospital you only have the gown,
and that's really it. Yeah.
And trying to take the gown off to go and wash, and and the gown is only for when you go for the operation. After that, you have to find your own wear. And so I was wearing the rubber skirt. My other sister sewed a rubber skirt for me, but even the rubber skirt, like,
it's got elastic bands on it, so it's not good for you.
So then I came up with the other product, which I didn't submit, but I had written about it. So Margot was like, Carole, have you done it yet? So at the judging, I had it. So this one is what is it? underwear.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had the operation down there. Trying to change was very difficult.
True.
Trying to lift your leg up to put your undies on, because after the operation, the last bleeding was still happening, so you had to put a pad.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
But I'm going through menopause now.
Oh, wow.
So this is the product for the bottom part. So instead of you getting up, they can just slip it under you. So all you do is lift your back up instead of trying to move your knees and everything. So then you just tie it.
Wow.
So this was like, just from the experience of being in the hospital and just seeing, like, looking at everyone next to you and seeing the difficulty of them trying to do things, and then seeing like what can be done. So we've also come up with some other things, like, because the whole journey, because after mastectomy you heal and then you have to go through the chemo. That's the process. Either you do chemo first and then mastectomy, or yeah.
Wow.
But I was advised to do the mastectomy first, because chemo, it just downs all your immune system. So it's better to do mastectomy first. That was the advice given.
And after you heal, then you can have the chemo.
And then the chemo effects is another one. So the thing is that the hospital doesn't provide that mental support, especially for women, because for breast cancer you lose the 3 things that make you women.
Yeah.
Your hair from chemo, breast, and the ovaries.
True.
So I mean, there's the ovarian cancer as well, the same, but for breast cancer you lose all 3.
Yes.
And so that was the biggest battle I had to face, like, because I was losing. I know my friends who's passed away already this year. Actually, she didn't want to do like chemo, and I always thought that it was probably because she didn't want to lose the hair, because she had lovely black curly hair.
Oh.
And so that was my own thought, that maybe she didn't want to go through the chemo because of that, so she chose not to. She's passed.
But through it all, Carole, like, what's going on in my head is that, somebody would come out from that and just sort of start picking up pieces and wanting to just, me, like, just worry about me. This is that chapter where I have to look at me and watch what I eat and see who's actually surrounding me and who's giving me the energies, that circle of friends, right? But you're so focused on how you could go back and dive into products such as that, and that's really.
I have to say that it's taken, like, I had to go through that whole depression thing, find myself out of it and come out. And I would say that the thing that helped me is that support system of having those that have gone through, and your family support, and of course God, praying. That because that was like the thing that always, there were Bible verses that I claim every day. I'd read, spend time in prayer, and then having that support. And the thing with the support is, you really know who your people are.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it won't be the people that you think would be the people.
It will surprise you. Yeah.
There are a lot of surprises, and so it makes you think. And like, I'm someone that helps a lot of people, but you find, like, okay,
when the roles are reversed and when you're at the needing help, and it's really surprising what you will find, because the people that you would always help out aren't necessarily, I'm not calling anyone out, of course, this is a disclaimer. I love you, my family.
I love you too.
Yes. It's just that you really realize it, when you're finding yourself in that situation, when you really want the help, when you really need the help, I should say, and you just, even if it's just a phone call, to talk to you every day, to make sure that they're checking in from time to time, like those challenges, right? They played a really, like, a big role in your in the way you've sort of fashioned Sista Luv to be where it is at, right? Tell me more about Sista Luv and how are we rolling that out, apart from the fact that we are doing products that really do help women in that vulnerable yet life-altering moment of their time, of their moment, of their health and everything. How do you then go about with the rest of Sista Luv? Is it just providing a mastectomy bra and undies that you can tie after? Tell me about that.
I think Sista Luv is less of the products and it's more about the support system, because that was the thing that, like, there's 4 of us actually, 3 cancer survivors, breast cancer survivors, and 1 is a carer. She had, around the time that I was going through hospital, her brother also had gum cancer, I think, so she was caring. So she comes from that perspective of the carer. And then there's the 3 of us with our different journeys also. She never told anyone, she never came out with her story. It was very quiet. I had posted about my whole journey, like, because for me it's information sharing, coming from that background, how to go and get a scan done, where do you go. So I was sharing all that. So she picked up my post and then she's like, she's the one I went to see that went through, but I would say that through us communicating and having that support group, she was able to come out and share her story. So now she's gone public, like she's gone out. So just building that confidence and just helping someone going through that journey. And I know, like, we've lost so many sisters, even recently, and like we just wish that we could have probably reached out. But then the thing is, like, they have to build that trust with you first. And so I've had, like, so many people after the Lily magazine, they posted, there's been women that have come and contacted, and the first thing is I don't tell them about the products. I want to hear their story and make them feel comfortable and know that you don't have to do this alone. So though Sista Luv is there promoting the products through the competition that gives that platform, I think the main thing is that just providing that support space that, like, it's okay. Because I had a brother who also, around the same time, we were in hospital, he had intestinal cancer or something.
Wow.
And one of the questions, he's passed already, but one of the things that someone asked for him was like, is there a support group for men that go through that? And so, there's even male folk that have reached out saying, oh, my wife is going through that, how can I help you? But the thing for me that I fear is that what works for me may not always work for someone. Yes. So I tell them these are the options, and at the end of the day you will have. I just lost a brother recently. I spent like 2-3 months in the hospital. He had mouth cancer, and he was very stubborn. He didn't want to take soursop, and soursop was one that for myself, it helped me, because when I initially was going through the first time, I was introduced to so many different herbal products, but there's certain ones that I've kept constantly, and soursop was one. And so my friend Ashley, he does it. I don't do it. I just buy it from him. He's got a lot of customers now. But that was one that I found because it helped my journey when I was going through the chemo. The side effects wasn't as. I lost all my. This is new growth now.
Can I just be honest? I met you. I met you a couple of times at VC and at a shop. I shouldn't have said that. At a shop, and you had the scarf on. And I'm like, oh, cool, she's rocking a scarf. I'm
not knowing.
Not knowing Brian. Then, guys, Brian's still here. Not knowing that you are going through the battle of having breast cancer, and I wasn't being ignorant. I just, we're not friends on Facebook, 1, and 2. I just thought you looked really cool.
So I actually was trying to make it cool.
I think you did a good job with
Because
that.
when I got admitted, going into mastectomy, I told my friends, "Can you guys just bring everything pink?" So my bed was pink.
Oh wow.
Everything pink, and I posted. I mean, I put the ribbon on, but nobody knew that a lot of people didn't know that I was going through that. I didn't want
Yeah.
people to know, and I told my mom. I said, "No visitors. If anyone know," because my friend had already told me, "This is what you're gonna go through. It's gonna be emotional." I didn't want people to see me in that state.
Yeah.
And that state of mind, and people didn't know that I was going for checks, all that, and then it was just a whole emotional journey. The other thing also for my family, meaning the Carole family, we've never had cancer in the family. It's not like hereditary, as they say.
Yeah.
So part of that shock of me having cancer and them reacting, and then how they react to me, I had to accept that they don't know, because when you hear cancer, the first thing you think of is she's gonna die.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, that is the case.
Yeah,
Because for so long
because it's been the norm.
it's just been the norm. As soon as we have a loved one who's diagnosed with cancer, we just you just
Yeah.
have this, like, as soon as you tell someone, I've got this, I've got
Then you-
cancer of this, and people go,
You assume the worst.
yeah, you
Yeah.
assume the
They
worst.
already start planning your funeral.
In their heads, they will never tell you.
In the head, not
But
in
so
person.
for me, it was like trying to accept that, like, my family won't. So how do they react? Because it's now on the other side of them. Like, firstly, so how did you get it? I had that question asked. I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't know. It just chose me. And then-
that's scary.
Yeah,
I mean, in
because you're
that
also
sense.
trying to find out, like, okay, so how,
What did I do wrong? What could
why me?
What could have
Yes.
changed it?
Yeah, and then trying to deal with their reaction on you, like, oh, how do I approach her? Like, how do I talk to her? Like, what do we talk about? We don't want to upset her.
Mhm.
But then because of that, they don't come and see you because they don't know how
And they
to
build
react.
this barrier here that they just sort of just don't know how to approach you, right?
And then at the same time, you're trying to deal with your own survival and trying to live, and at the same time go through all that. But at the same time, you have, like, okay, why isn't anybody, But then you have to find a way to get out of, just. So it's that having that people who have gone through the similar and just connecting with them and knowing that, so. It's like when you go and play hockey. I mean, I say hockey because I play, Manusky. But like, if you find you find your people, and then your interests have changed, and then you find that group that you're comfortable with, and you spend more time with them. It's like that. So I started finding that I wanted to, but then our group, we don't only talk about. Also, how are you feeling? We talk about all sorts of things, like.
Because you're not only dealing with cancer, you're dealing with life,
Yes.
you're dealing with being a mom,
Being a mom, being a worker,
yeah, all of those
and all of
things.
so, like Bertha, she has 6 children, single mom,
Wow.
teacher even,
Wow.
and she survived, like, I don't know, 8 years, 9, and her journey. She was at the last PNG Cancer Foundation event, and she spoke, and everyone was like, so that's the other thing. A lot of the women they face is that they put off the getting checked and getting, because they don't wanna,
Find out.
like,
They
what
deny
happens
it.
to my kids
Yeah.
if I go and I have to stay in hospital for 6 months, or what happens to this? So we're thinking about all these other things that we forget to
About yourself.
about ourselves. So that's what's lacking. That the counseling, the mental part of, because really, honestly, cancer is a mental.
Like a battle, like a mental battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, mental battle.
Because
definitely.
once you get it, like, fixed mentally, that you're okay up here, physically it should help.
Yeah.
You just have to. So that was for me. I had to get my mind, in order first, to know that no, I'm going to fight this, and okay, whatever if my family's not gonna be here or certain people only. This is us now, and we just move forward. So I guess that was what the main thing was, trying to get that mental thing. And I had to put off getting checked and getting the biopsies done, because I had to take my daughter and make sure that she's there, and then ensure that don't think about me being in hospital, just focus on. But the best thing was I had them, the whole school in Canada where Charlie was, they were all praying
Supporting you.
when I was in hospital going through the whole thing. So I had prayers like on the other side of the world.
Wow.
But yeah, it's just been so Sista Luv is, I guess, more of that, providing that support, and then saying, okay, well, there's these products. But they reach out, a lot of the ladies have reached out, because they're like, oh, what, can we take this, or how do we take it?
Yeah, so apart from providing a mastectomy bra and the underwear for you when you're actually in that vulnerable state, you provide a bit of counseling as well. You provide a safe space like that. That is it. What I could confidently say Sista Luv is.
Yes, let's say I was on one of the Zoom calls with there's a association called there's a nurse association for cancer. I forgot what it's called, but I decided to. And then I was sharing with them the journey, and then they used our peer support.
Peer support.
Yeah. So Sista Luv is more peer support, that we identify those that are going through, even the carers, and just give them that. So I wouldn't say counseling, because I'm not a.
Oh yes. I realized I said counseling.
It's just sharing experiences, but then always having that disclaimer that what works for me may not work for you. Your journey is different. My journey is different. We're all in different stages. I was at early stage, someone at the late stage, but these are some things that can help you, give you comfort, and that we've gone through, we've seen it work, and it may help you. And saying that, honestly, like there's always that debate, like, or something about, we have a lot of traditional medicine. There's space for both. For both. For chemo, for the medicine. I did both of them, and I found that it worked.
Both contribute to you recovering.
Recovering and the healing process. So we can't say chemo is all bad, because there's been people that have gone through chemo and it's helped. It's the side effects that's the issue. The main issue. And a lot of the deaths are not from the chemo itself, but it's from the side effects. How does it
affect you and you're physically if you're able to.
And then it goes back to the whole change of diet and lifestyle and the support, like all of these factors.
They play a really big role. Wow.
So it's really I don't know what's the word.
I feel like this is timely for me personally, and for everyone that's listening in right now, to go get checked. You never know what you might be physically dealing with. And we just went from talking about Sista Luv to just talking about you as an individual, and that's what I love about this conversation, Brian. Like you're sitting there and you're just like, planning all of these things. Look at you. What's going on in your mind when you're actually hearing Carole talk about, her journey? Because I just wanted to say thank you for feeling safe enough to share your story, and for just feeling, that it was okay to come and talk about your product and how it came about. Where the inspiration was drawn to actually come up with the product with Sista Luv. And then, of course, we'll get Brian.
And I just wanted to share that, it was coming up to the judging time. And because I also work full-time now for Advancing PNG Women Leaders Network.
Go you.
And the judging was coming, and I was really not ready mentally to go. So I had told my Sista Luv, I'm like, I think I'm going to cancel.
Sorry, excuse me. Mm-hmm.
And the same encouragement came. Carole, remember, it's not just for you, it's for others. So whatever you have to do, just go out there and do it.
Wow. Brian, any thoughts after we've just had like a really nice sit in on a great conversation? What do you think about what we've been talking about so far?
No, I mean, for me, it's very important because, you know, as other males out there, you might have a sister, a mother, an auntie, a sibling, or even a partner that might go through this. So knowing that this is available and knowing this journey also helps you to prepare for it, because you may think it doesn't affect you, especially men out there, but it will affect you because you become the caregiver for those women in your family. So you need to be aware of this information and know how you can support them in the best way. Know what works for them, what products to go to, how to go about it as well, understanding how they will feel, because like she mentioned, you have this sort of perception of cancer that if you have cancer, it's like automatically you might die. Where that's wrong. You can actually be there to support them through the process, to help them, and also making sure that you don't create barriers between yourself and them, because they need your support. So you don't have to feel uncomfortable or worry about what to say, because you just being there supports them. You know, it's very important, because, you know, I'm thinking if my mother or my sister or my partner or anyone else in my family who gets that, like, how would I support them? How would I react? Not as a caregiver, because you'll be there to support them. So this is also for you out there. Like, just imagine, like, if you had someone in your family, a female that went through this, what would you do? How would you react? So see from that perspective and understand that you can play an important part in their healing process as well. Like, you know, I'm just sharing that because that's very important to know, and know that cancer is treatable, but you have to get checked. So don't put it off. I know it's scary, you know, you say, oh, I'm scared about getting a check, but your health is important. You know, everything else will come later, but you have to make sure that you prioritize your health, because do you want to be here for the future to see your kids grow up or see your other family members get old? So you have to get that check and know that there is ways to fix it if you go early. The earlier you get it checked and the earlier you find and get it done, the better chances that you have. So I just want to share that, and, you know, I'm inspired by her story. I know there's a lot of women out there who are also very encouraged, even other men out there who are also very encouraged to, you know, go and get tested, and also to support their loved ones who are going through any sort of cancer as well. And cancer is something that we need to talk about more and advocate for more as well. So yeah, I think that's for me for now.
He says for now.
I mean, that's all.
But thank you so much for just being here, Carole and Brian, for you know, highlighting this particular organization, Sista Luv. Most importantly, Carole, you know, for you being here. One of the biggest things that has stood out to me with our conversation today was how to approach someone, whether it's them dealing with cancer, or even if it's just being in the hospital, right? And we hear about our families and our friends who are unable to be with us because of so and so, you know, X reasons, right? So many other reasons. And for me, the thing that always gets to me is, how do I approach it? How do I reach out to them? Because they were a part of my life, you know, maybe they were just there having a chat with me, and that meant a lot to me because they made time for me. But how do I go and return that now that they're in need? I mean, I think that was one thing that really stood out to me, was you just saying you're putting up a barrier even before you even come and see me and tell me that I'm here. And if you don't know, ask me how I would like to be addressed. Ask me how I would like to be spoken to. And I think that was the most beautiful thing that stood out to me in our conversation, apart from all the great work and the experience that you have shared here with us. It's really opened a lot of you know, a new perspective for me, especially in that sense. And I know that there's a lot of young people, whether it's male or female, who are seeing something physically incorrect, you know, or not functioning right, and are sort of putting it off because I feel like we're in denial. And the longer we can deny it, the longer we can deny it, the longer we can have or live out our lives the way we would like to. If there's, you know, if there's something that you'd like to say to someone listening in right now who is in that, and a word of encouragement, what would you say to them?
So they talk about early prevention being checking for lumps, which is the main cancer awareness thing, check for lumps. But we're trying to promote the even earlier preventive measures is change your diet, change your lifestyle. You know, it's all to do with positive mindset. It's to do with making those help. Include soursop into your diet.
That's on the top of my list.
Always have castor oil with you. Castor oil is what helped my hair grow, and it's also everything. So, and if you're looking for something to, you know, what do I bring to someone going through? Get a Sista Luv pack.
You sure you're not in marketing?
Because you know, there's people bring food.
Yeah.
But then we don't know what kind of food is the best, you know. So we're trying to, just from experience, trying to see like, and there's a lot of need in the hospital, especially and the greatest need is just someone being there. Just go and say hi. And you don't have to, just going there, because there's a lot of people. So I see a lot of people looking for things to do. 12 to 1 o'clock is the visiting hours, 5 to 7. Go there, just go and bring an apple or buy a Sista Luv pack. Buy a bottle of soursop or aloe juice, something. Even bring a blanket or towel, like, you know, just something. So I guess the encouragement is just take care of your health now. Really, I don't know how I got the lump. Actually, I think I meant to. It was meant for me, for the purpose of surviving and being able to come out and share information.
Yeah, that was your story. This is your story to tell. Yeah.
And there's a Bible verse that I always claim, Psalm 118 verse 17, 18, that says that I will not die but live and glorify the works of the Lord. And so I claim that, and that was, I guess, like I said, mentally you have to. And if you know someone who's going through, and please get them to reach out to us, just to help them on their journey. And it's just from experience sharing. We're not doctors and we're not counselors, but it's just that sharing. And I actually brought that up with doctor at the cancer unit.
Yeah.
And he also agreed that he had a patient that they couldn't find a way of convincing her, talking to her, so they brought in a other breast cancer patient, lady, and she spoke to her and they connected, and then she was able to go through. So he also saw the need, like how we were talking about Sista Luv and the importance of it. Problem now is like maybe the new cancer unit that will be is in the process of being built. There will be a special place, we hope, that there will be counseling, or, you know, getting women prepared for that journey, because that's the thing, they don't prepare you.
No, they
just tell you you're going to go and do go for chemo.
And
okay,
because
so what's chemo?
How
They
does it
don't tell
affect me, you know, and all of the questions that we could go on and on about and go around in circles, because you and I are not experts.
So thankfully through the Lily Magazine, we won the wearables category.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So that gives us access to a high value website and business training. So through that website, that's where we hope to share a lot of the information about the services, because a lot of people don't go because they don't know the services.
Yes, that's right.
And how to go, and just hearing from them just puts people off anyway, because you think lines, you think of
time.
Yes.
And effort and time.
So
more time.
Before you reach that point of going to POMGen, do all that early preventive measures of drinking the soursop, exercise and rest and all that. That's so important.
Yeah.
Because we're losing a lot of our young
Yeah.
young people that should be actively alive to save this country. We're losing them to diseases that we know that we can survive from. So I guess that's that.
Wow. And that is how we wrap things up. Again, Brian, you definitely know how to get me speechless with the people that you bring here. Time and time again, we've tried season 3, episode 1, and I am speechless. He just went, yes. Say that again for the ones.
Yes.
But Brian, you know, from today, of course, we like to hear just a bit of a summary from you every now and then. So you've done one already in terms of what she has shared, Carole has shared so far with us. But in light of what we've talked about here, your takeaway, and then we'll wrap up. Spill the tea.
Okay, no worries. So for me, the key takeaway is that you need a strong support system, especially if you know that you might have cancer. You also need to make sure that you have preventative measures in place early. Now, a strong support network and having the right mindset is so important. But at the same time, you will find out who your real support network is when you go through things like this, because not everyone that you help or you contribute to may not always be there for you, and you see the real people that will be there for you when you're in your time of need as well. But you know, I think it's more awareness, getting to know, not being scared, going and doing your research and information, making sure you get the checks and tests done, getting the information that you need, because there's a lot of information out there. You just need to gain the courage. I know it's scary, I know that it's something that's daunting, and I know that you have a lot of fear of not knowing what might happen or not hoping that it's not positive, but you need to get out there and get that checks done early, because it can be prevented. You can survive this. There's a lot of survivors out there. You just need to make sure that you have the right networks and also have the right information at hand. But other than that, you know, there's so much information, and I'm inspired. You know, all the men out there as well, if you're watching, you know, support your women, you know, support them any way possible by being there for them, making sure that they're okay, checking in with them. You know, if you have a sister, a mother, an aunt, a partner, make sure that if they're going through something as well, like check up on them, because you may not know what they're going through, and you have to make that first step of removing these barriers and actually asking, are you okay? How can I help? How would you like me to help? Instead of just waiting for them to come to you, sometimes you may have to make the first effort to step forward and ask them how you can help them. But other than that, you know, it's an inspiring story. I hope it has inspired you, and I hope you do reach out, because this care pack can help brighten someone's day and helps them make it better for them as well during this process. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Brian, for always doing a proper summary for our morning.
Not scripted.
Yeah, top of the head. That's how we do things. But again, this has been yet our first episode for Spill the Tea Season 3. We're really excited. Thank you so much, Carole, for being here. You've definitely inspired us, and you've inspired me, and Brian, and everyone listening and watching our live stream right now. And you know, if they want to get in touch with you, how can they get in touch with you? Any of the finer details?
Google.
Oh, just Google is what she says off mic, okay? So just Google.
You'll
All right,
find me.
you'll find her.
We'll drop a comment in the live comment box.
She's in IT, so she meant it when she said just Google. You'll find me. Oh wow! Well, thank you so much, you two, for being here. This has been our first episode of Spill the Tea for Season 3. I hope to catch you guys next week for another episode of Spill the Tea. If you actually love this, you're gonna love that one even better. All right, well, you've got Midday Pulse on the other side. This is where I gotta let you go. Thank you so much for being an amazing company, and for being with us right through from 6 o'clock up until 10 o'clock. I'm gonna leave you in the capable hands of TribeFM97 Moe. She's up next, and she's got a lot in store for you and I to enjoy. All right, but for now, as I always like to tell you and remind and encourage us, always protect your peace, okay? It's important to do that. All right. Sending love. Take care.